What's going on, guys? You are tuned in to Channel Sid. On today's show, thrift store haul. Guys, this is 3 different thrift stores over the past 3 days. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I was in Wichita for some orientation, a little bit of training for my new job, which I will disclose this weekend. So I stopped by Monday. I stopped by one thrift store, and then Tuesday after training and orientation, I stopped by another one. And then Wednesday, I had to go into town and get some supplies for the house, and I stopped at a third thrift store. So we'll go ahead and we'll get into this. Just go backwards. We'll start with Wednesday's stuff. Some nice stuff here. Every Wednesday is half price at this particular thrift store. So got some pretty cool stuff. First up is this book here. This is Texas History Movies. 400 Years of Texas History and Industrial Development Portrayed by Action Cartoons. It's a hell of a mouthful. This is published by Mobil Oil out of Dallas. Compliments of Magnolia Petroleum Company. It's got a little sticker here, copyright 1943, revised edition. This book is really cool because each page has a comic strip there at the top. They published these up until a few years ago, I think. Every year they publish one of these, and I guess gave them away. But this will probably end up on eBay. I don't know yet. In pretty good condition. Nice giveaway book here. So, there's that. Then I got this book here. This is Doctored Evidence by Donna Leon. She's an author of numerous mystery books. Let's see. But yeah, she's written a lot of books there. That was her there if you didn't see her. Pretty famous author. And it is signed right there. Horrible, tiny little signature, but it is signed. So this is a first edition. So pretty cool. And then I got this book here. This is awesome. This is Marcia Brown, How Hippo, from Charles Scribner's Sons. Looks like it's a 6th printing from 1969. And it is signed right there, inscribed, A Warm How to Debbie, Marcia Brown. She is a writer and illustrator of more than 30 children's books. These look like woodcuts here. These are just beautiful. She's an amazing artist. And she is actually noted for winning the Caldecott Medal 3 times for children's writing. She was the only person to ever do that up until 2007 when somebody else won the award 3 times. So awesome find. Real happy with that. Then I got some record albums. Paid $0.25 a piece for these, $1 for that, and $0.25 for the other 2 books. So it was $3 in tax is what I paid for this stuff here. $3 in tax. So a hell of an awesome deal. I got this album here. This is Buddy Green, Blind Man in the Rainbow. After doing some research on it, apparently this is Gordon Lightfoot style psychedelic folk rock. If that makes any sense, with a gospel twist, I guess, because it is signed here by the musician Loving Jesus, Buddy Green, Romans 5:8 inscription. Not sure the date on this, but it is from Twitty Bird Music Publishing out of Nashville, Tennessee. But actually, the copies that I've seen on the internet of this album have actually sold pretty well. So I might put this up on eBay and see what happens. The art here that you see is by Diana Moses. It's really cool artwork. So I'm guessing this is probably the 70s, mid-70s. So that's pretty cool. Then I got The Story of Star Wars. It's the second or third time I've owned this album. It's got a previous owner's name on it up there. But it is cool because it is complete with the book. There's the credits over there, but it does have the book inside. A lot of times you don't find the booklet. So that is awesome. Can't beat this for a quarter. What's funny is that they had some other albums that were, okay, the book's not in the greatest shape, but I can fix that. They had some other albums that were actually priced like $3 and $5. There were some Jackson 5 albums and a couple other albums, but these were in with the other albums that were only 50 cents a piece. And like I said, half price day, it was a quarter. I'll buy that for a quarter all day long. Then I got Pac-Man Fever by Buckner and Garcia. Really famous single back in the day, Pac-Man Fever. So you can't see the date there, but it's 1982. Some good disco dance music here. So that's awesome. And then we got the Dukes of Hazzard. Album's in real rough shape here. It's creased all to hell. But still a cool find. It's copyright 1981. So, pretty cool. Okay, then we got from the Sugar Hill Gang, this is Rapper's Delight from 1979. I believe that's the first rap song that ended up being a big hit and really started the rap movement. So, real happy to get that. Record itself is in good shape, but you got some damage from another record stuck on here, I guess. Still very awesome to find that. And then we have Rocky 3. I think I already have this. It's the movie soundtrack, Rocky 3. But I do think I have that. So if anybody's interested in any of these, really, just let me know. On the sell or trade. Like I said, $3 in tax on that stack. We got this stack here. This is from a DAV, Disabled American Veterans Store. I'll show you this first, because I guess I got taken on this one. Obviously it was in a frame, and it actually had brown paper along the back here, so I couldn't take it out there in the store. I paid $2.50 for it. It is a nice frame and everything. Well, what's left of it. But this is it right here. This is Pope John Paul II, or in, what is it, Latin, Ioannis Paulus PP II. I don't know if I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I apologize. It does say, I invoke the Lord's blessing on my sons and daughters in Christ at the request of the Sacred Heart League, Walls, Mississippi, for our friends and benefactors. I studied this for about 15-20 minutes, and I couldn't be 100% sure that it was not real, so I went ahead and bought it. But after taking it out and looking at it, it is definitely a printed signature, so I'm really bummed about that. It would have been real nice to have Pope John Paul II's autograph, but you win some and you lose some. I got some signed CDs. I paid $1.48 a piece for these, down from $2.48. This is Randy McAllister, double rectified bust head. It is signed on the inside, Randy McAllister there. Also his guitarist, Texas Slim. So both fairly famous. Got that. And I got Laura Love, folk singer. That's her album 14 Days. And she signed the CD, Laura Love, Peace. So again, guys, you got to open up the CDs. They're not always signed. They're on the outside. So make sure you open up your CDs. A couple nice signed books. First one is Straight to the Top and Beyond, 9 Keys for Meeting the Challenge of Changing Times by John Amat. John Amat was part of the Canadian expedition to climb Mount Everest, I believe it was. He also climbed the Troll Wall. Yeah, there it is, the Troll Wall. I believe he was beaten by one day by another team of climbers to be the first people to climb the Troll Wall. But it is signed and inscribed here to Javier. Enjoy the adventure, John Amat. So he is an author, well-known author and public speaker now. But he's climbed a lot of different rocks and mountains and everything else. So very cool. First Canadian team to reach Mount Everest. So very awesome. So there's that, and then I got this book here, Inside the Criminal Mind by Stanton E. Singnow, Ph.D. And it is signed right there, Stanton E. Singnow. It also comes with this flyer from a discussion that he had here back in 1990 at the St. Joseph Medical Center in Wichita. Gave a little talk and whatnot there. Very, very famous, recognized clinical psychologist, writer of numerous books on the criminal psyche. Acknowledgement of his achievement was confirmed by his appointments to President Reagan's task forces on law enforcement and victims' rights. So, very cool. As I say, written numerous books on the criminal psyche. Spent 8 years as a research psychologist at St. Elizabeth's Hospital in Washington, D.C., and he co-authored with Dr. Samuel Yokelson the much-heralded 3-volume study, The Criminal Personality. Very famous clinical psychologist. Very cool. Let's see, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50 plus tax. And this stack there, and the last stack out of Goodwill. Got some nice books here. Love Letters to the Monkeys, selected by Bill Adler. New, Wild, Mad, Groovy. Is illustrated by Jack Davis, the great Jack Davis. It is a first edition, 1967. It's a pretty rare book. It's just basically letters that have been reprinted that were written to the Monkeys. So the book's kind of hard to find. I think the only copy on eBay right now, somebody's asking $50 for it, which is crazy. But if I get $20 out of this, I'll be super stoked. And I got this book on the Beatles, the man who gave the Beatles away. It's 1977. Let's have some photographs there in the middle. And there's quite a few Beatles books here at this Goodwill that day, so I bought a few of them just to see what they would do on eBay. And then there's this one here, Beatle Madness, great cover. Exclusive interviews, fully illustrated by Martin A. Grove. Again, you got the black and white pictures here. Very cool. This one's copyright 1978. Probably put these on a lot on eBay. Then there's Inside Pop, America's Top 10 Groups. This one is not the Beatles, but you got the Mamas and the Papas, Diana Ross, Paul Revere and the Raiders, Sonny and Cher, the Monkees, Simon and Garfunkel. Fully illustrated. I might end up keeping this one, I don't know. Mama Cass. Lovin' Spoonful, The Rascals. This is a very cool old book. It is the first printing from 1968. Awesome. I picked up this one here. This is Boards, the Art and Design of the Skateboard. It is falling apart, but I can glue that back in there. It's a pretty cool book from MTV Books on skateboards. Pretty nice. Some nice artwork in here, nice design stuff. That's pretty cool. This book is Flood, 1965. This is the flood of the Mississippi River. It's actually got notations in here from somebody that survived the flood, which is really cool. It mostly talks about an area of Iowa. What up, Stacy? That was flooded. Dubois, I believe, Iowa. But this is really cool. They're getting ready for the flood and the sandbags and all that. And just some great pictures. It's published by the Telegraph Herald, 1965. Got a lot of these books published by different newspapers about different natural disasters like floods, volcanoes erupting, tornadoes, hurricanes, like something else I collect. So, very cool little book here. Then I got another Beatles book, The Music of the Beatles. This is Twilight of the Gods, The Music of the Beatles. 5th printing, 1973. This discusses their music. They got photographs in here as well. But it actually really goes into depth about their songs and the musical arrangements. That's kind of cool. We have Abbey Road, the story of the world's most famous recording studios, forward by Paul McCartney. This one published in England, which is really cool. It's 1985. It's got a lot of photographs in here of different musicians that use the studios. Of course, the Beatles are in here. Pink Floyd. I love Pink Floyd. John and Ringo. That's a cool book. I'm going to do some signed books here. This Must Be My Brother, The Daring Rescue of Innocent Children in the Final Desperate Hours of the Vietnam War by Leanne Thiemann and Carol Day. It is signed by Leanne Thiemann here to Kathy. Peace. These women were part of Operation Baby Lift. They tell their story about getting babies out of Vietnam. And there's actually photographs in here. That's Leanne there with a baby. It's kind of a cool historical piece here. How these women saved babies. Here's a quote here. Did you hear the news? President Ford okayed a giant baby lift. Instead of taking out 6 babies, you'll be taking home 200. So they saved 200 babies out of Vietnam. That's pretty awesome. So super cool signature there. Then we have Jack DeBoer, founder of 4 successful hotel brands. This is his book, Risk Only Money. Success in Business Without Risking Family, Friends, and Reputation. There's his signature right there, and that's the man himself. Jack DeBoer is pretty cool. He came up with apartment hotels, I believe. I have to look it up again, but I believe he was responsible for that. Got some great pictures in here. That's him there, younger. I believe he's passed on now, but I could be wrong. Signature there. But he launched 4 hotel brands: Residence Inn, Summerfield Suites, Candlewood Suites, and Value Place. Value Place actually has a Wikipedia article. So yeah, he then trailblazed a short-term apartment complex with the founding of his Value Place. So he was responsible for those. So pretty cool. And I got this, this book here, which is really neat. This is Behind the Doctor. Very old book. 1933, second printing. But this basically is a history of medicine, inoculations, digestion, the breath of life, examination of a sick body, the practice of medicine, fully illustrated. I can't talk. There's baby chick development. But just a really interesting book on the history of medicine and the practice of medicine up until 1933. I mean, even then it was still barbaric to how they did surgeries and whatnot. It starts off with a medicine man. And then later on in the book we have diabetes, syphilis. Here's some x-rays, like the first x-ray machines. Guy there, Röntgen, the discoverer of the x-ray. So super cool. There's like some surgery going on there. That's awesome. So very cool book. And lastly, the best find of the week, Newt Gingrich, Winning the Future, a 21st Century Contract with America. Former presidential candidate Newt Gingrich, signed and inscribed in bold blue Sharpie there, to Jeanette, your friend, Newt Gingrich. Also the chief architect of the first contract with America that led the Republican Party to victory in 1994. From 94 to 98, Mr. Gingrich served as Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives. Currently, he is CEO of the Gingrich Group, a communications and consulting firm. Thought you guys needed to know that, but I figured I'd tell you. So very cool. Hardcover books are $2 a piece, so that was 2, 4, 6. These were $1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. $15 plus tax for these books here. So awesome stuff. Very pleased with everything I got. Hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry this was so long. I need to start breaking these up. I know I said that before. Thank you guys for bearing with me. Anybody sees anything they're interested in for sale or trade, let me know. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one.